4 kilometres to go. Peter Sagan, is he going to go for an early one? Peter Sagan then being guided into position. He caught everybody out. Look at them meerkatting behind, wondering what on earth the master plan is. And Peter Sagan bossing the day is he. He's got lots of strength, he's got the verve, and he's having a go, Sean.
Yes, and we can see there it's not totally tailwind. There's a little bit of wind coming from the left-hand side because the riders, they're keeping over to the right-hand side of the road. You can see the edge on. The riders are staying to the right, and you know the riders all across the road, and we can see that it is splitting the peloton, and it looks like Sagan and Chris Froome are a little bit out of the front here, but a lot of riders. We can see BMC there with a number of riders in the final number of kilometres. They will definitely close this one down.
Lots of time to retrieve, but not potentially for these guys, I'm afraid. It was hard work to get back in, and now they're back off behind. Not backing off at all is Peter Sagan. 11.4 kilometres to go, and look at Chris Froome. We said before, on a fast day, Chris Froome is often very well placed. He's alive to the threat of Sagan, and this is good marking out by Chris Froome here.
Yes, well, it's proving that he is, feeling good, because to follow Sagan, he doesn't really have to do that. He could just sit back in the peloton, watch the other favourites. But the safest place to be, of course, is out in front and follow the strong men. We can see his Tinkoff, his Michael Valgren is pushing on here with Sagan the wheel. We can see Geraint Thomas also from Sky, who is following in the wheel of Chris Froome for the moment.
What drama up front as we dwell on this. I think we're trying to pick out Romain Bardet, to be honest, the camera around here. And our director's call, but what we want to see is what sort of gap we've got up front, and here it is. As is Christophe, all kinds of alarm bells went off for him as well. He knows the threat that Sagan offers up. It may well be that if he can bridge over, then he may well have an ally, but how welcome will that be for Sagan? He keeps shouting, are you happy to work for this? Big nod from Chris Froome as well. Froome is happy to work, and look, Quintana finds himself isolated. This is a gap, Sean, that's been found here out of absolutely nothing for Chris Froome. He's off the front, and he means this.
Yes, well, he sees, and he's been made aware that there's a lot of problems down further in the peloton, and the big one is that we can see, the Movistar rider Quintana is quite a bit back in the peloton, but again, we've still 10 kilometres to go, but we have some powerful men out here in front, and they are prepared to ride.
Massage Bodnar is riding for Sagan. Chris Froome is riding for himself, and riding wing, of course, is Geraint Thomas. What a fantastic, awesome foursome we've got right now with 9.7 to go. We look further back and we see who's capable of getting onto them. Well, Sagan asked the question, you happy to work? Froome says, absolutely, let's get on with it.
Yes, we can see there that they're sharing the work. Chris Froome, he's following here in the slipstream of Bodnar, but again, Sagan impressive there when he takes the pull on the front. The other riders having difficulty just when he does pull over to take their relay on the front.
You can almost hear the short circuiting going on in the minds of these guys. That's Quintana is absolutely isolated. Where are his teammates is the question. Well, as soon as the echelons opened up after they made that turn into the exposed area, the push was made, Sagan instigated it, and Chris Froome is along for the ride. The sprinters team's now starting to wonder what on earth's going on. Andrej Greipel takes a toot from a bottle, looks very relaxed, as if to say, well, I'm not going to do the chasing. Let's see if Ethics Quickstep want to pick it up. Nobody has done just yet, Sean.
Well, we can see there on the front of the peloton, there's a number of riders from Lotto Soudal, Ethics Quickstep, but they're all scattered around. They're not together, so it's proving to get organised is difficult, but still 8.5 to go. But out front, they are really riding well together, and if they take that 15-20 second advantage, you will need a good team or teams to pull them back.
Wow, what a dramatic finish to today in the offing. 8.2 kilometres to go, and that's a sizable gap, Sean. It says 20 seconds. I'm wondering whether it is. We'll do a tag marker for you in just a few moments' time. That is a remarkable effort, though, and yet again by Sagan after the kind of day he had yesterday.
Yes, well, it's an amazing, again, Sagan so powerful up front there, and the interesting one is 2 from each team, 2 from Team Sky, 2 from Team Tinkoff, and they are going to ride. And Geraint Thomas, of course, he's going to push on as well, because it's in their interest. They know that the other general classification men and Quintana are a bit further down.
Mark Cavendish is, I'm afraid, not in a good place at the moment. Just trying to see what his issue is. A puncture for Cav, not great with 7.5 to go. I don't think it's going to be possible for him to retrieve that situation. It's been done before, but it's a very tall order, especially with the sort of pace we've got at the moment. He's wrestling the bike, as you can see. Wants some help and assistance. There we are. 17 seconds is the gap back to the peloton with 7.2 to go. Is it sustainable? Well, if anyone could do it, Sagan could do it, Sean.
Well, it's going to be a question now who's going to do the chasing. We can see here I Am Cycling, Direct Energy. We can see Lotto in a Jumbo also, their sprinter, and if we have a number of riders from all of those teams to start doing the chase, putting the chase together, then with just under 7 kilometres to go, 18 seconds, it's going to be a big ask for the 4 out front to hold on.
Big left-hander, nice little sequence this through a couple of roundabouts. They won't be enjoying it though. 19 seconds it's pulled out. Chris Froome's taking a big old turn out here. Did a superb job guiding Sagan. Froome will just love the gap that's being thrown up behind, and don't forget bonus seconds potentially up for grabs as well, Sean.
Yes, it's going to be, you know, a real difficult one for the other general classification men with Froome out front. It's going to be a very concerning time, but Movistar, surprising, they're not getting organised a bit because they have to be a number of the riders here. It's the sprinters teams who are controlling at the moment, so it just tells this day has mapped a lot of riders, and I think a lot of tired riders coming in here, and not the teams that need to get organised not able to make their way to the front.
Wow. 5.8 kilometres to go, and the gap is extending, if anything. 25 seconds to Adam Yates, don't forget. Dan Martin at 27 and Nairo Quintana 24 as well. Wow. Chris Froome, has he done a masterstroke again? We talked about the high mountains, Sean, where he thrives, and he goes and wins one on a descent, and this is a very sad sight, I'm afraid. Mark Cavendish with a puncture, waiting for assistance.
Yes, well, a puncture at the right-wrong moment, the way it's racing at the moment, with the danger man out front, the yellow jersey out front. There's a big chase on in the main peloton, and to have a mechanical puncture at this time, well, then it's going to take all their chances of having to go for stage victory for Mark Cavendish.
20 and 19 seconds is the gap back, and you can see there Chris Froome is hunting for advantage, and at the moment the way it stacks up is written upon your screen. He'll be happy with this if he manages to deliver, and why not? 21 seconds to the chasers as we speak. It may well trim down, but with 4.8 seconds, 4.8 kilometres to go, Sean, can they deliver? Here comes Movistar, called to order, and that's for Quintana. They're not thinking about a sprint, they're thinking about the overall, of which Chris Froome looks like he's dominating on all terrain.
Yes, well, it's amazing to see Chris Froome, you know, going into the attack with the likes of Peter Sagan on a flat run in here, and it just shows, you know, the way he is riding. He has to be feeling real good. He's riding, you know, a super aggressive race. We see when he took the yellow jersey on the descent, he went in the attack, a surprise on that occasion. Today, to go in the attack in the final, another surprise from Chris Froome.
This is that little technical section. They'll go underneath this highway bridge, then they'll come back up over the other side, essentially on a link road, and then with 2 kilometres to go, if they sustain this kind of gap, I can't see that gap being closed. It may well be retrieved, but it's going to take an enormous push with 4 kilometres to go, and I think the push has taken yet more prisoners further back down the line, and Julian Alaphilippe almost drops his head in shame. There's no shame though for that man. He was terrific in the first week. He's on a learning curve. It's a very, very steep one, even if today's been flat, Sean.
Yes, well, it just shows that, you know, the way the race have been, any riders that are starting to suffer fatigue, well, you know, they're paying the price. But I think Julian Alaphilippe there, he was riding on the front, he was pulling the peloton along, he just gave it his all, and now he's peeled off and just going to ride in slowly.
Joaquin Rodriguez takes a toot, his final season as declared. Emotional press conference the other way, and look at the speeds that are going. Chris Froome, 46 kilometres an hour. It's pretty similar terrain, we remind you. It looks like he's sustaining it throughout. Let's have a look. 3.3 to go. Now, when they reach the 2.2 to go, so in about a kilometre's time, they're going to have this flattish run for home, and it's hard to look past Peter Sagan at a moment such as this. What a couple of days, what a series of amazing performances by Sagan. It's breathtaking.
Well, you would expect Sagan, you know, to dominate this one, but again, the run in, this final kick up, the way everybody's riding, you have to be careful with a rider like Chris Froome. The way he's thrown up surprises all through this race, I'd not be surprised when we get a little bit of the run up before the finish. He might go in the attack there, but they will try and ride all the way to the finish. They will medway. They have a 21-second advantage over the main peloton, and they're going to ride all the way to the line. So maybe they will be happy enough just to ride to gain as much time as possible on the other big favourites.
Can they sustain it? The gap started to trim down. 19 seconds now. Katusha want a part of the day. Lotto certainly do. For André Greipel, who's yet to win a stage on this Tour de France, don't forget. And you can see now Edvald Boasson-Hagen has got his own chance that Cavendish is out of the frame. Would it be Eddie Boss today? It doesn't look like it. It looks like the winner's going to come from this group. It's 16 seconds. All of a sudden the clock bounces. I don't know whether that's a lack of telemetry, but these guys need telepathy, I think, to figure out how to win at stage like this. Froome was alive to the threat and went with a teammate, of course, Geraint Thomas. Likewise, Bodnar guided Sagan, and in fact they're working all as a very tight time trialing unit. 2.1 kilometres to go. The road will kick up at the Flamme Rouge, and that may well offer Chris Froome a surprising advantage at the end of what's been a long day.
Yes, and we can see here, it's not totally flat here. It's just a little, very gradual uphill, and it's going to be a question now who is the strongest. We can see Giant Alpecin who are pulling along here, and that's the surprising one. It is Quick Step and the big teams, Lotus Soudal, they haven't got anybody to ride, and with the riders they have up front, I'm afraid it looks like it's going to be difficult with 17 seconds still out for the four leaders.
Well, they've been holding that for about a kilometre right now. There is the Flamme Rouge, so once they go under that banner, there's only one to go. Let's hope it doesn't deflate. These guys have been absolutely pumped full of adrenaline, and it's a joy to watch. 1 kilometre remaining, then they go under the Flamme Rouge. They successfully navigate that, what turned out to be a bit of an obstacle yesterday, and here they come. This is the rest of them essentially. Is this going to be for crumbs? Groenewegen in the Dutch national colours is getting himself into a decent position. Here we are, 750 metres to go. This is going to be one heck of a famous victory. I think Sagan might well take the stage, but who knows? There is a kick up, don't forget, and Chris Froome will grind into that. Sagan knows that he's going to go fast at a moment such as this. He wants a 10 seconds bonus. Sagan, I think, will nick this right at the end and turn that into a 6 seconds bonus only for Chris Froome, but Bodnar's also very much involved here, and they're starting to weave a little bit. What about this? How cheeky is this? It's on the downhill run to the line. 300 metres to go then, and a trio of absolute talent coming to the line right now. Take nothing away from Chris Froome on all terrain. He's going to be your man. You're going to have to watch out for him. Always said on a fast day, watch for Chris Froome, and he's going to duke it out with Sagan for the line here. He has to show aggression, and he does. Sagan takes the win. Chapeau to him and to Chris Froome. Hats all over the place as we throw them in the air. What an amazing finale today. Chris Froome has a go again. It doesn't matter what the terrain. He is prepared to take on all comers. Wow, Sean.
What a ride by the four breakaway men, and Chris Froome, really pushing on there on the final kick-up. Looks like they had 5-6 seconds of an advantage over the front end of the peloton, but we have to wait and see because a lot of gas back through the peloton with the time bonification. 11-12 seconds gained by Chris Froome.
Big thanks being offered up to Bodnar by Sagan, but Chris Froome can feel like, honestly, he has been spraying bullets. It doesn't matter where, to be honest, whether it's in the mountains, on a climb, on a descent, on a day for the fast men. Don't count Chris Froome out ever of being in the top 10. Told you he could go quickly on a sprint day. Did not expect him to be runner-up today. He gets majestically a 6-second bonus. What a performance by Sagan as well, Sean, after all that effort yesterday. Wow.
Yes, what a ride by Sagan, because he was the one who caused the split. He just went to the front again, as we see him doing yesterday, just turned it up and went away with the riders. Interesting one there. We see the group coming in, Menke is coming in, Joaquim Rodriguez, 109 down on the winner. So a lot of the general classification men losing time here in the final run-in.
That's a super slow-mo to conjure with. Well, you can't keep a good man down, and Sagan is a very, very good man. Huh. I'm almost speechless, Sean.
Well, not surprising.
เขาก็โรลลิ่งกันมาธรรมดาการเที่ยอะไรกันอยู่เลยนี่เนี่ยขากลับไปแข่งวันนี้โรลลิ่งคุณจะบอกมากไปวันนี้เพิ่งโรลลิ่งเพิ่งวอร์มเหรอเมื่อกี้วอร์มโรลลิ่ง 2,000 ป่ะล่ะรุ่นหลังถ้า 2,000 จะปั่นช้าๆให้เลยเนี่ยต้องรับจ้างรถแท็กซี่กลับถูกป่ะพี่โอพร้อมยังโอ้โหจะสตาร์ทกันนี้ไม่รอกันเลยอ่ะอ้าวยิวเสร็จขึ้นมาโอ้โหชักช้าเปิดร้านแล้วโอ้เอาเลยครับเอากลับเร็วชิบหายแล้วกูว่าไม่ได้กลับว่ะเฮ้ยพักพวกรออยู่ที่ร้านที่เราจอดรถอ่ะอ้าวเขากลับเลยเหรอยังเรานี่อะไรเราที่จอดหมดแล้วอ้าวใครรวยจ่ายครับผมคลิปนี้พี่หลวดเป็นคนพี่หลวดจะเล่นน้ำพวกเรานะครับเดี๋ยวขากลับโบเดี๋ยวโบโรลลิ่งเลยโอ้ยพี่หลวดกินน้ำปุ๊บจะกินมั่งอ้าวไปเลยโอเควันที่ไหนโอเคจังหวะพักเลยอ่ะโอเคไม่ได้เดี๋ยวขึ้นอะไรกันพี่ฟอร์ดไปไหนมาไม่ทันแล้วบอกแล้วว่าให้ไปปากเกร็ดหัวใจจะได้สูงโอ้ยาวเลยเนี่ยเยี่ยมขึ้นมาสิเฮ้ยขึ้นไปไหนจริงๆบอกข้างหลังไม่มีคนใครเปิดเกมวะหลงฮัทเนี่ยไม่ต้องดูแล้วมันบอกให้เปิดเลยยังไม่สั่งเลยใครตั้งไว้นี่ใครเริ่มวะเนี่ยใครขัดคำสั่งนี่เลยปิ้นขึ้นก่อนเลยใช่ไหมโอ้ปิ้นอยู่ท้ายขบวนเลยพี่ตีบอกไปปิ้นขวดจากท้ายขบวนขึ้นไปเลยปิ้นนั่นแหละพี่ยังไม่สั่งเลยไปนะพี่ไม่ให้ผมเห็นปิ้นขึ้นมาแล้วผมก็ขึ้นมานิ่งๆเรื่อยๆโอ้โหแป๊บพอกระทืบเพิ่มแหละข้างหลังก็เหลือ4 คนเลยนี่ไปพี่ตั้งความเร็วได้หน่อยแล้วหันไปดูโอ้โหไม่นานหมดแล้วมาตลอดมากเลยเรียบร้อยแล้วไม่ตามแล้วถ้าหลุด5 9นี้ก็อันนั้นเขาไม่เคยกินน้ำกันเหรอครับพวกนั้นน่ะเอาไอ้ซิสน้ำมีตู้น้ำมาผมหน้าประมาณ50 อ่ะ3ไม่เกินพี่หนวดเอา3ครับผมเอาละมันว่ะไปแล้วเจ็บหัวเน่าพี่หลวดหลุดครับกวักมือใหญ่เลยเขาบอกแต่ในกลุ่มในเฟซแล้วบอกว่าหลุดแน่นอนแล้วออกตัวแล้วไม่นานละมัน5 วันโอ้ยข้างหน้าปั่นอยู่35 38เหรอใช่ครับพอข้างหลังนี่ก็ไม่25 26พอหลุดแล้วนะปั่นเท่าไหร่ผัดกันลากก็ตามไม่ทันหรอกไม่ทันแน่นอนพี่นัดมาแล้วเราบอกไปไม่ไปเดี๋ยวไม่พร้อมเดี๋ยวเอาใหม่นะครับเดี๋ยวไม่พร้อมเดี๋ยวโรลลิ่งกันอีกรอบตั้งแถวก่อนได้ให้เขาบอกคนอื่นนี่โอ้โหให้พวกช้าๆออกไปก่อนด้วยเดี่ยวเสร็จยังไม่ต้องเก็บเลยซักกันแล้วผมพูดดิให้ไปเลยเราจ้างผมไปเลยคนละโก้ไม่เหวี่ยงเลยคนละโก้แล้วพี่กลัวมันนะเรามี4 โอ้ยเด็กผมว่า30กับพี่ฟอร์ด2 คนเดี๋ยวขากลับโรลลิ่งนะเจอทางตรงหิวมาจากไหนวะเอาใหม่ขากลับเอาใหม่นะอุ้ยพี่ฟอร์ดจะหลุดแล้วจะเหลือเหรอรถมาแต่ตอนแรกมารถมาอ้าวตัดถือกล้องกันหน่อยครับผมบอกดีกว่านะมันถ่ายอยู่บ้านเด็กโคตรเหนื่อยเลย นั่นแหละถ่ายอยู่เอามันเอามาพักข้างหลังหน่อย
เป็นไงบ้างคะ
หลบพี่เฮียแม่งตั้งมา4-5เลยสั่งกูก็บอกค่อยๆตั้งนี่ตั้ง4-5เลยน้อยเลยค่อยๆไปเดี๋ยวไม่ลงสี่คันนี้เด็กตัวเองใครบ้างหนึ่งให้ปิ้นแล้วก็เจ้าน้องนี่แป้ง4 คันใช่ป่ะไอ้แปมแล้วบัสด้วยเหรอแปมบัสด้วยพี่รู้ว่ายายอยู่ได้ไงข้างหน้า
เป็นไงบ้างคะ
ดูแลน้องมันหน่อยครับ
ขากลับจากกลุ่ม2
ผมบอกคุณแล้วว่าจะตามผมไม่ตามคุณเลยเป็นยังไง
ขึ้นเลย
คนที่เอาตัวไม่เก็บ
ปั่นคนเดียวจนพี่เอ๋มา